Alright, welcome back to some of that sweet Skald action. The plan for this stream is to knock out the rest of the Market Square, and ideally the Blackling Library and Tower of Estrad. We'll see how that goes, though. Market Square can eat up a lot of time. Second, there we go. Cables are stuck on stuff. Alright, let's go talk to overrun. Alright, Light of Heaven. Let's talk him down. Wait. Don't remember. I don't want to fight him. Yeah, he runs away anyway, so... I could have taken the chaotic option. Alright.
I know the way.
We could go try taking on the Vrock right now.
Soot is restless. I wonder why.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Something wrong? Time's not waiting.
I'll watch your back.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Follow my...
Watch and learn.
A little closer. We'll try to charge him down, of course.
Ready for anything. I'm all ears.
Trust in yourself.
Aren't we in trouble yet?
Ask nicely. I am prepared.
We will win this war.
Alright.
I will help where I can.
Open your heart to me.
I'm here. Where else would
I
I
did forget a couple buffs, but I think we'll be alright.
No mistakes. Let's try this way.
Meditate on your mistakes.
You're a good
It
person.
might make you feel better.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
I've had to charge with Bruce.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll cut you wide open. So this is how it feels.
It's all your fault. It's
So
all
this
your
is how it
fault.
feels.
It's all your fault.
Of course, Camellia died. Well, dang. Let's try it again. This time I need to get my other buffs out before I start. I have 2 more buffs I can use with Camellia. I also need to charge with Bruce because he gets a bonus on his charge attacks.
You can trust me.
Watch and learn. I'm here. Where else would I be?
I am prepared. This spell doesn't work like that. I know what to do.
Don't mind me.
Well,
No reason to pause.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. You won't survive me.
save the last one for me.
Alright, get him, Bruce! Oh, I knocked him down. There you go, dragon. There we go.
With you.
Yeah, getting Bruce's charge off helped out a lot there.
Rely on me.
Now, is it Bless? Yeah, Bless gets rid of that. Unfortunately, I only have another casting of Bless available.
What's on your mind?
Focus on the
wonder.
goal.
A bright future awaits us.
My tail is
You're
restless.
a good person. I like you.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I usually try to avoid doing stuff like that, but it's alright. A nice little upgrade for Sela.
I'll go ahead. I know the way.
We did lose Bruce there. Yeah, we'll unlock the Aeon Path, even though I'm not going to take it.
Ready for anything?
We will win this war.
So we can't charge here, can we? Also, forgot to use Smite.
Let's try this way.
We'll make things right.
They will break against our resolve.
Why is spellcasting forbidden? Oh, he's enraged.
This will hurt.
No mercy for the wicked.
Cover me, all right? Stab you or zap you?
A
Why not both?
calculated risk. This should do it.
Distract them from me.
Let's try this way.
Surrender or else.
You see that?
Time to share your treasures.
Endure this.
This will hurt.
Cover me, all right?
A calculated risk.
Oh, half plate +1. I don't remember them dropping that here. I thought I had a pretty good grasp on all the, +1 equipment was in this area. That's a nice little upgrade for Sela, again.
Follow my lead.
Alright, so I don't remember if the rat swarm is over here right now, if it doesn't show up till later.
Can we retreat already?
Too late for apologies.
So did they change this to at will? So you still only have 3 uses, but I can keep using it. I'm not sure when they changed that. It had to have been with the most recent update, right? Because my Gold Dragon run, I'm pretty sure I only had the 3 uses.
This should do it.
I'll cut you wide open.
This was not part of the plan.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
This was not.
This will leave a bruise.
Son of a gun. Hey, thanks! Yeah, I try to make a nice little thematic thumbnail for each of the mythic paths, using the same portrait, of course. Mostly to mess with the Relu. Also, I had a reach weapon. I'm not sure how they were hitting
Together we stand.
my main character. Like, they just pushed past Sela.
Save the last one for me. Surrender or
You've
else.
crossed the wrong mongrel.
Let's try this way.
Cover me, all right?
This will hurt.
You won't survive
Too
me.
late for apologies.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
I'll hit you.
Alright, get him. I was running away in fear. She doesn't get a mount until level 5. She's only level 3 right now. But I do plan on giving Sela a mount. We gotta get as many animal companions as makes sense this playthrough. I have one right now, but he's currently incapacitated.
I'll go ahead.
And then my main character gets Ivu later on, and Sela will get her mount.
You
Why
won't
not both?
stop
This
us.
should do it.
The light.
Woljif will get a sword companion. Ember technically already has Soot.
I
I'm
know
gonna
the
count familiars as animal companions for the sake of this run.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Also, there's a hidden object somewhere over here.
Can't hide
There it
from
is.
me.
Follow my lead.
Alright, pretty nasty fight up this way.
Focus on the goal. As it should be.
And I think the Thieflings are up this way. Yeah, there they are. Did we fail? Oh, yeah, we did fail it. That's why it took an hour. Yeah, be careful about stuff like that because we are on a
Don't
time
mind
limit.
me.
I was never good at stealth, but
I know what
I'll
to
try.
do.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Well, messed that up.
Distract them for me.
Let's try this way.
this'll leave a bruise.
Surrender or else.
Alright, see, let's take a little charisma damage. We don't want that. Because her charisma is tied to her saving throws, so.
That is not far.
We did make it even again, so at least she's getting the plus full 2 bonus right now. What is her default value? Is it 15? It is 15. Cool. So yeah, we don't actually lose anything right now with it being reduced by 1. Some pretty nasty fights down this way, including a fight against a conjurer.
Just don't blame me.
Ouch!
Yeah, I was afraid of that. We're all fatigued, so. I think that was bound to happen. Actually, let's use up the scrolls that we have. That'd be good enough for now. And let's actually give Ember these. We're also close to leveling up, so that's going to help out a lot. So here what we're going to do is run forward, pull the enemies back to us, and these Crusaders will help us fight. Hey, Duncast! Lan's our
we in
fastest
trouble
party
yet?
member right now, so.
I'm curious. Quiet steps. Weapons ready.
Do this,
Yet another obstacle.
and run back. Oh, Ember, hey, turn off your AI, please.
The Inheritor!
The spirits
Guide
demand
my
your blood.
blade.
Time to share your treasures.
You are today's sacrifice.
This will hurt.
Cover me, all right?
A
Go
calculated
for their
Alright,
heart.
that's Marching Terror, fearing these two guys.
Into the fray!
Which pushes them back, which means we can push forward to take care of the wizard.
Stab you or zap you.
The cleric
Why not
next. He's a pretty
This is not
significant
my
threat.
time yet.
both? No.
I gotta be careful with Wolj, I think he's gonna die here.
Distract them for me.
I'll let him get ahead of the rest of the party,
This should do it.
which was a mistake. We give him healing potions, but it may not be enough.
It's all your fault.
Yeah.
Too late for apologies.
It was a little something. He did win the first time.
I've survived worse.
Well, maybe he didn't win, but he did take out one of my companions, so I reloaded. Alright, not too shabby. Yeah, you want to use the Crusaders you come across to help you fight. Now, not every NPC in the game will help you fight like the Crusaders in this area do. Kind of a unique mechanic. I guess I would say a rare mechanic. And also, when they do help you out later in the game, they're not a lot of help because all the enemies are so powerful. You don't really notice them helping.
I'll go ahead.
But here, they can carry a fight for you.
I was never good at stealth, but I'll try.
Alright, so we've got the fighter, there's a shear, there should be two casters, I think, back here. One of them's a conjurer, who's pretty nasty.
Time's not waiting.
A bright future awaits us. I will help where I can.
Open your heart to me.
Oh, she's fatigued, so...
I'll cut you wide open.
No mistakes.
unfortunate.
Let's try
You're a
this
good
way.
person.
Try and slumber
like
the shear, because they're pretty nasty at this stage of the game.
Meditate on your mistakes. Might make
The
you
heartbeat
feel
quickens.
Yes, we unfortunately have to cut through this guy to get to them. If I was a cavalier, I could charge this guy down no problem. But I'm not, so I can't.
endure this.
I'll try and slumber one of these guys, the conjurer ideally.
I'm alright.
Time to share your treasures. Cover me, all right?
Nice.
Make every strike count.
A slumber is a big deal. Now when he tries to stand back up, he'll make all these attacks of opportunity. There's a conjurer over here. We can't see him right now. There should be a perception check tied to it. We don't have see invisibility, so we're just kind of gonna fumble in the dark here. We take out his summons though.
Without
The spirits demand your blood.
If we hit the summon with a Marching Terror, we have a chance of fearing the Conjurer as well.
the inheritor, guide my blade.
Summon wolves are really nasty summon because they can trip.
I'll hit you.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Well, it says we're out of combat, but he's definitely still here. Wait, no, did
Do
we?
not fear. Do not waver.
I think he ran away. All the way over there. That's why the wolves are coming from this
You are
direction.
today's sacrifice.
You crossed the wrong
Go
mongrel.
for their hearts.
Distract them from me.
Right. Thank you.
I'll cut you wide open.
There he is. All right, you two, take care of
You
him,
won't
please.
stop us.
This will leave a bruise.
The spirits demand your blood.
This will hurt.
Into the fray.
Surrender or else. This pain is
A
excruciating.
calculated risk.
No glory without risk.
Yeah, it's one of the harder fights here as well because the Conjurer. He turns himself invisible, and then just starts spamming summons. Which normally wouldn't be too bad, but you're a low-level party, so... It's also much easier if you have someone that can charge through this front rank here and take out the Conjurer first thing. Like my first playthrough, I was a Cavalier and I just charged and took out the 2 summoners right away. Hey, Hatter. I ain't missed that much. We're just clearing out the market square. We're knocked out a good chunk of it so far. Some of the harder fights are done. Not the ones inside buildings, but I'm not going to do those until I'm a little more prepared. Club with Nails 2 to 7 arguably is better than Radiance because of the higher minimum damage. I haven't given her weapon focus yet, have I? No, just armor focus. So yeah, let's go and use the club on her.
I know the way.
Is it a +1 as well? Yeah, that's why it's 2 to 7. Duh. Well, congrats, man. I've heard people having trouble completing it because it's so difficult.
Follow my lead.
Which makes me more excited to play it, because I do like a good challenge. Within reason, though. You know, I don't like playing games with dice systems on the highest difficulty, because it's just... it doesn't make sense.
As it should.
Because then you're fighting RNG and the... increased stats of the enemies. And RNG is never in your favor. I think this is the this is the one with the channel negative energy guys, which again is much easier with the Dampier. Dampier has a really easy time in the early game because you get a ton of these inflict wound scrolls, so you can keep yourself topped up without taking away from the rest of your party. Why? Oh, to Voljiv. That's weird. It's like, why conceal a copy to your spellbook? What we'll do here is try to
focus on the goal.
Well,
carry these guys. Let's make land our DPS. There we go. I think we're gonna loop up this way, actually. Might be easier. That's a good question, Matthew. I'm not sure. I'm gonna loop all the way up here if I can. It's not gonna let me. We're gonna get spotted.
I know what to do.
You won't Did we find survive trouble? me.
No.
They did.
This should do it.
Oh, this guy stood his ground after everybody else got feared, so take him out first.
Time to share your treasures.
Ember. Make somebody sleep.
The light. Take you.
Woljip died. Son of a gun. Gotta reload. Oh, that means to bring him back. There's only one raised
I
dead
would
scroll
like
in this
some-
act that you can buy. So you really can't afford to lose anybody, because there's no way to get them back. I mean, you have the two, friend left scales, but...
what's on your mind? I wonder.
I've already used one of those, I think.
Oh, me?
A bright future awaits us.
Save
You
the last
crossed the
one for
wrong
me.
mongrel.
Surrender or else. Ouch! Too late for apologies.
glory. It's all your fault.
Oh, Walter keeps getting ahead of everybody else.
I'll hit you. I'll cut you wide open.
I was trying to put this guy to sleep. Actually, the shear.
Let's try this way.
You won't stop us. So this is how it feels.
Casual 19 damage at this stage of the game. You know, no big deal.
An expected outcome. I'll go ahead.
Alright, Lore Religion. Who has the best? 7, 0, 5, 3, 5. Alright.
Trust in yourself.
Gonna take care of these diseases if we can. It's one down. He still has Demon Plague. Thought somebody else caught something too. Maybe not.
I know the way.
Alright, so I'm not gonna fight that Bermorak yet. I want to go and buy a Scroll of Resist Fire Communal before I do that.
Follow my lead.
I think I did it.
We cleared out this bottom corner at least, except for the house. We'll come back for that. I'll come back to most of the houses because they don't change, I think. Never confirmed that. Whereas the rest of the market square does change after the attack on the defender's heart. I personally can't stand Subway. I've had some gross Subway in my time.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Also, super close to leveling up. Once we fight these undead over here, we'll hit level 4. Or when we find, I don't remember if you get experience of finding the cart.
That is not far.
I made cheese. It was called cheeseburger gnocchi. Is where I got the inspiration, but I don't like the name of it. Kind of does it a disservice. But I used ground turkey and gnocchi. So I fried the gnocchi in a pan and browned it on one side. So it's got the the crunch on one side, the softness on the other side. Cooked ground turkey with onions and minced garlic, and appropriate seasonings. Up, mixed them together in a pan and sprinkled it with cheese and topped it with paprika and parsley. It turned out pretty good. And a side of broccoli. Yeah, I love cooking.
I'll go ahead.
Alright, let's go and use some more potions. I might have some scrolls I can use too. Let's go and use those up, because those aren't as useful in combat. Yeah, we had gnocchi and ground turkey. It's like, well, let's make something.
Now what is that?
I don't think there's a babel on this side. It's on the,
I know the way.
like, over here somewhere. Have I seen this before? I don't remember seeing that little cutscene. Ramian's around here somewhere. There he is. Tiger! Welcome to the menagerie, buddy. So summons a pet cat. Cat's feral instincts provide a +2 morale bonus on perception and lore nature checks. That's perfect for our buddy Lan. That's two of his primary skills.
Are we in trouble yet?
Alright, let's head back and talk to Holrun. So if we finish this quest real quick, we can level up. I lost... Where am I at? I go up here. And that level up will be great, because our BAB will go up, because our BAB currently, my main character, is what? Where's my... Here we go. It's only a 2. It's not going to go up on the next level up. Because I only get, like, you know, 0.75 per level up. You start with 1, right? Do you start with 1, or is it... You have to start with 1. So level 2 would be 1.75. 3 would be 3.55. So at 4, no, it should go up, right? But it doesn't go to 3. So it goes... Do you start at 1? The 1, 1.75. 2.5. 3.25. At level 4. So yeah, we'll go up to 3.
As it should be.
Alright, we leveled up. Go talk to Ramian real quick. Yeah, my math was off. I kept thinking that you start at 0.75, but you have to start at 1 BAB. Oh, I don't think I used Feud of the Faithful as one of my titles before. It'd be a nice, easy one. Some easy alliteration. It's nice when the game does alliteration for me. I still get Ramian's help in the siege on the Great Garrison.
I'll go ahead.
All his Desnan acolytes do is put demons to sleep, which is fine. It's helpful. But I feel like the Inquisitors you get with Holrun are much better, because they help you in one of the hardest fights in that area. Alright, let's level up. So, level 4 Skald, we get Uncanny Dodge. The character can react to danger before her senses would normally allow her to do so. She cannot be caught flat-footed, nor does she lose her dexterity bonus to armor class if the attacker is invisible. She still loses her dexterity bonus to armor class if immobilized. A character with this ability can still lose her dexterity bonus to armor class if an opponent successfully uses the feint action against her, which they did add to the game in the most recent update. If a character already has Uncanny Dodge from a different class, she automatically gains improved Uncanny Dodge instead. Point to Charisma for that sweet +5 bonus. The rest of my points will go into Strength. Persuasion, Athletics, and use Magic Device. Yeah, I prefer Holrun's backup as well. The sleeping thing, they usually put enemies to sleep that you can charge and take out before they get a chance to attack you anyway. So it's not that great. Alright, Blur is pretty useful. We'll grab that. I like Heroism as well. Let's grab Mirror Image. I'm going to be on the front line. Rage is redundant because we're a Skald. It makes no sense to grab. We'll do Mirror Image. For myself. Isela gets Channel Positive Energy and Smite Evil additional use. So Channel Positive Energy. When a Paladin reaches 4th level, she gains the supernatural ability to channel positive energy like a cleric. Using this ability consumes 2 uses of her Lay on Hands ability. This energy can be used to cause or heal damage depending on the creatures targeted. A Paladin channels positive energy and can choose to deal damage to undead creatures or to heal living creatures. Channeling positive energy causes a burst that affects all creatures of one type, either undead or living, and a 30-foot radius centered on the paladin. The amount of damage dealt or healed is equal to 1d6 points of damage plus 1d6 points of damage for every 2 paladin levels beyond first. So 2d6 at 4th, 3d6 at 5th, and so on. Creatures that take damage from channeled energy receive a will save to have the damage. The DC of the save is equal to 10 plus half the paladin's level, plus a paladin's charisma modifier. Creatures healed by channel energy cannot exceed their maximum hit point total. All excess healing is lost. This is a standard action that does not provoke an attack of opportunity. Alright, I pointed to charisma for the +3 bonus. See, she has so many... I hate this. She has all these odd values. The dexterity doesn't really help her since she is in heavy armor. Though if you give her mithril armor, there's a benefit to be had there. I do like the wisdom saves. So she gets 4 more points. So it's best to just put them all in the strength. But you could do 1, 2, and then 2 here. I hate having odd values there. Another point of ability for defensive fighting. And Knowledge World. Oh, I have another point. Perception. And she finally has access to spells, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and slot those before I forget. I'll probably just do Blessed Weapon. I also like Veil of Heaven and Veil of Positive Energy. Camellia. It's a Hex. Dexterity, of course. Ability and Trickery. And Battle Master. So the Shaman makes an extra attack of opportunity each round. This ability stacks with the attacks of opportunity granted by the Combat Reflexes feat. At 8th level, the Shaman gains the Weapon Specialization feat and a weapon of her choice as a bonus feat. At 16th level, the Shaman gains the Greater Weapon Focus feat as a bonus feat for the same weapon chosen for Weapon Specialization. The Shaman doesn't need to meet the prerequisites of these feats. So now that I have this Hex, I can look into multi-classing her into something with the Animal Companion. I was thinking Mad Dog, because, you know, she's kind of a mad dog anyway. Alright, Tandem Executioner, we get Precise Companion. At 2nd level, a hunter chooses either Precise Shot or Outflank as a bonus feat. She does not need to meet the prerequisites for this feat. Okay. So we obviously want to put a point into all 3 of these. I will start Dexterity for a chance to hit. But you can use your Wisdom... Actually, did I level him up to the point where he gets Wisdom to hit? Or is that the next level? Yeah, that's level 3. Alright, Athletics, Mobility, Perception, and Lore Nature. Outflank. It's a little redundant, but his Animal Companion will get that as well. Do we have to use something special for him to get that, or is it just... automatic?
Something wrong?
Alright, he's gonna go Blade Bound. What is the, I don't need it. Let me look at something real quick before I make that decision. Magus, Blade Bound. So 17 levels of Blade Bound will get me up to Arcane Weapon +5 and a Magus bonus feat. We lose out on Greater Spell Access, Life Drinker, which is the class feature I really wanted on him. And of course we don't get True Magus. I have no idea. I mean, there's mods that let you respec companions from the ground up, so you could just put them wherever, I guess. Use like a third-party website for like a attribute randomizer. Requirement for Spelldancer. Elf. Alright, so we're gonna go Blade Bound with Woljif. I think it makes sense for his character, because you could think of it as him having stolen like a magical artifact, and it ends up it's the sword. So a select group of magi are called to carry a black blade. A sentient weapon, so, you know, he stole it from a proper Bladebound, and now he's using it. That's why he doesn't have the first 3 levels into Bladebound. A sentient weapon of often unknown and possibly unknowable purpose. This weapon can become both an invaluable silent assistant and a militant parasite. So you can just imagine he stole it from the place he stole the Moon of the Abyss from. So at level 1, we get Magus proficiencies. A Magus is proficient with all simple and martial weapons. A Magus is also proficient with light armor. He can cast Magus spells while wearing light armor without incurring the normal arcane spell failure chance. Like any other arcane spellcaster, a Magus wearing medium armor, heavy armor, or a shield incurs a chance of arcane spell failure. A multi-class Magus incurs a normal arcane spell failure chance for arcane spells received from other classes. Cantrips. Magi can cast a number of cantrips or 0-level spells. These spells are cast like any other spell, but they are not expended when cast and may be used again. Arcane Pool. At first level, the Magus gains a reservoir of mystical arcane energy that he can draw upon to fuel his powers and enhance his weapon. This arcane pool has a number of points equal to half his Magus level, minimum 1, plus his intelligence modifier. The pool refreshes once per day when the Magus prepares his spells. At first level, a Magus can expend 1 point from his arcane pool as a swift action to grant any weapon he is holding a +1 enhancement bonus for 1 minute. For every 4 levels beyond first, the weapon gains another +1 enhancement bonus to a maximum +5 at 17th level, we saw over here. These bonuses can be added. I already read that part. Multiple uses of this ability do not stack with themselves. At 5th level, these bonuses can be used to add any of the following weapon properties: Flaming, Flaming Burst, Frost, Icy Burst, Keen Shock, Shocking Burst, or Speed. Adding these properties consumes an amount of bonus equal to the property's base price modifier. These properties are added to any the weapon already has, but duplicates do not stack. The weapon is not magical, at least a +1 enhancement bonus must be added before any other properties can be added. These bonuses and properties are decided when the arcane pool point is spent. It cannot be changed until the next time the Magus uses this ability. These bonuses do not function if the weapon is wielded by anyone other than the Magus. The Magus can only enhance one weapon in this way at one time. If he uses this ability again, the first use immediately ends. Black Blade. At first level, the Bladebound Magus gains a powerful sentient scimitar called a Black Blade and can communicate with it telepathically. As a swift action, the Magus can manifest the Black Blade in his hand. The Black Blade gains a +1 enhancement bonus at 5th level, and every 4 levels thereafter, this bonus increases by +1 to a maximum of +5 at 17th level. So this is independent of this as far as I understand it. Because at level 11, the sword acts on its own. So then whatever weapon you pull out, you use the arcane pull on, and get another +5 weapon. Or, you know, enhancement bonus weapon. A spell combat. At first level, a Magus learns to cast spells and wield his weapons at the same time. This functions much like 2-weapon fighting, but the offhand weapon is a spell that is being cast. To use this ability, the Magus must have one hand free, while wielding a light or one-handed melee weapon in the other hand. I wonder. As a full round action, he can make all of his attacks with his melee weapon at a -2 penalty, can also cast any spell from the Magus spell list with a casting time of 1 standard action. Any attack roll made as a part of this spell also takes this penalty. So, you have to be using the weapon in one hand. I wonder if you can use spell combat with a Titan Fighter. If I give him 1 level of Titan Fighter, because I want to give him that, I think it's a Bardiche, the one that gives you intelligence to attack and damage rolls later on. So he'll have the scimitar, he'll let it act on its own, he'll pull out the Bardiche. He can't use spell combat with the Bardiche equipped because it's a 2-handed weapon. But if you're a Titan Fighter, is there a way to use spell combat with a 2-handed weapon? I don't know if anyone's tried that or not. But I'm interested, because I do want to build him towards that, is it a Bardiche or is it a Falcard? I don't remember. Point into Constitution, and the rest will go into Intelligence, because we do want as much Intelligence as possible, because it's going to scale the weapon he's going to use. So even if I can't use spell combat, that's fine. It's going to be attacking most of the time, and most of his spells will be self-buffs. Ability, trickery, perception, and stealth. Shield. Possibly magic weapon. We can learn grease. We have a grease scroll, in fact. Or go ahead and grab it now. Let's do Expeditious Retreat. Oh, we get a whole bunch of spells. Alright, we'll just keep going. Large person, well, most of these don't really matter. I mean, they're both arcane casters. Why don't they stack? I guess because they get more spells as a rogue or Eldritch Scoundrel.
Meditate on your mistakes.
Don't mind
It
me.
might make you feel better.
Alright, so we do have Arcane Weapon Enchantment, Spell Combat, a Manifest Black Blade. You do it in the offhand too.
My tail is restless.
Yeah, look at that. That's pretty sweet looking though. I'm excited for this build. I'm excited to see where this goes. Let me give him a Finian in the offhand, right? Yeah, it's not light, so maybe we don't bother with the daggers right now. And instead give land Finian. It's my composite short bow. There it is. There you go, buddy. Hey, Tever Rain. Alright, an Ember. We'll do another Hex, of course. I don't think I want to multi-class her at all. Like, she doesn't get the spells from Shaman, right? What's the spirit animal of the Witch Doctor? No. Yeah, we'll just stick with this. Alright, point into Charisma. Knowledge Arcana. Use Magic Device, and Low Religion. Alright, Ice Plant's not terrible. Let's get Healing, though. It's really good in the early game. It kind of... Well, let's do Evil Eye, actually. The target takes a -2 penalty on one of the following, which is Choice, Armor Class, Ability Checks, Attack Rolls, Saving Throws, or Skill Checks. The text lasts for a number of rounds equal to 3 plus the Witch's Intelligence modifier, or 3 plus Charisma modifier for Stigmatized Witch. Will save reduces this to just 1 round. This is a mind-affecting effect. At 8th level, the penalty increases to -4. I forgot that it lasts equal to the, whichever spellcasting modifier you have, that you use. I always thought it was just 1 regardless. Okay, what do we got? Do I want to build her as an enchantment? I think I want to do enchantment again. So I'll do hold person here. As many times as you've seen on the channel. If you're asking me. This is what, my 5th? The Legend, Gold Dragon, Trickster. My current Paladin run, and this one. So yeah, this would be 5 total.
I know the way.
It'd be cool if, as a worshipper of Desna, if you could like pray here and get a
Follow
buff.
my lead.
I don't know, maybe get rid of all this fatigue that we got.
The heartbeat quickens. demand your blood. Surrender or else. Too late for apologies.
This will hurt.
You are today's sacrifice.
Wait, what? Baphomet's Flame Blade? What is that? I don't remember this guy at all.
No glory without risk!
You won't survive me.
Now, I've heard that they rebalanced the early game a bit, and it's a bit harder now with the most recent update.
As it should be.
Yes.
Alright, there's a Babao fight somewhere around here. I think we have to pick up the loot
That is
first for it
not
to trigger.
far.
Unless we have see invisibility. So right here, I think it comes from behind. So I'm gonna keep,
This war must end.
them back like this. Let's restructure my formation real quick.
Doubt is the heart's greatest
We'll make
challenge.
things right.
No reason
I
to
heed the
pause.
voice of the spirits.
I'll go ahead.
We will win this war.
Can we retreat already?
Alright, he is all the way over there.
Go for their hearts!
Nice. Except for barely tickling this guy. I mean, barely tickling him, but 2 to 7 damage, that's pretty good. And it's cold iron at that, so maybe we give this a Sela instead for now. Hey, Shadow Snake! Melty, yeah, it is pretty hot. We actually went to the pool today. Took the
What do we have here?
little one to the pool,
I know the way.
and we had a good time. I actually went to the pool yesterday too, but it was a different,
Follow my lead.
kiddie pool situation set up at my mother-in-law's place. This one was at my great aunt's.
You can handle it.
Oh shoot, we gotta take care of this guy.
Endure this!
Cover me, all right?
A calculated risk.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Make every strike count.
No glory without risk. The inheritor, guide
Distract
my
them from me.
blade.
Time to share your treasures! Cover me, alright?
I'll cut you wide open.
The light, take you.
Oh no! Ah, son of a gun. Son of a gun. Didn't realize he stood up on his own. I was like to get Ember out of the way.
Rely on me.
I know where he spawns at, so we can all just group up over here.
We will win this war. Do not fear.
Cover me, alright?
Do not waver.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both? Distract them from me.
Yeah, glitter dust or see invisibility, and I'm wondering if the animal companion scent ability reveals him as well.
I'll go ahead.
I was hoping Bruce would be alive so we could test it out on the Shadow Demon. A lot of angels probably works too. Yeah, I'm thinking, I mean, Angel just seems the most thematic. If you want to smite enemies as a paladin, go Angel. But you can only play Paladin all the way through the game as a Angel, Gold Dragon, or Aeon, as somebody else mentioned.
Open your heart to me.
Let's try this way. As it should be.
No
I
reason
am
to
prepared.
pause.
Time to share your treasures.
They are the darkness.
Cover me, alright?
This will hurt.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'm
I'll just
wounded.
sit here. Don't worry.
This fight's gonna wreck me, isn't it? Oh, he's only stealth. I thought he was invisible. But yeah, that makes sense. I know it doesn't work on stealth creatures, I just thought he was invisible.
I will help where I can.
Doubt is the heart's greatest
Soot
challenge.
is restless.
Time's
I
not
wonder
waiting.
why.
Don't mind me.
We will win this war.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
Ready for anything.
My tail is restless.
Trust in yourself.
Yet another option.
Cover me, alright? Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll cut you wide open.
Let's try this way.
Distract them from me.
This is not my time yet.
Don't worry about me.
The spirits demand your blood.
Time to share your treasures.
You are today's sacrifice. Go for their hearts. Surrender or else.
Expected outcome.
Cover me, alright?
Hey, you should be attacking,
This
buddy.
will hurt. Was not.
We could have prevented that
part of the
attack if
plan.
my main character was actually doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I'll cut you wide open.
Why can we hit this guy?
Too late for apologies.
Can't you just die already?
I mean, I did pretty good in my Cavalier run. I did end up, I think it reloaded twice throughout the entire playthrough. And that was a blind playthrough at that. But I am a lot more reckless in my streams. So we'll see how many reloads I have in my current Paladin run. A lot more, focused and taking my time and weighing all my decisions in a Let's Play. Versus a stream where I'm just like, alright, let's just brush it, see what happens. Is that wearing armor? Wow, we don't have very good odds of that. Oh, use our apprentice lockpick.
Pretty good, aren't I?
For mediocre junk. This is the one with the decent bow, but we have to fight the Shadow Demon. We're prepared to fight a Shadow
A
Demon?
bright future awaits us.
Always
Maybe.
ready
We'll give it a
for
shot. It's
work.
just one enemy. The single enemy fights aren't too bad. So I have Smite Evil up as well. A few other buffs available. I wish they did get rid of the press spacebar to use health potions. That was a nice little mechanic. The scroll of see invisibility, 2. Oh, that's the only scroll that was down there. Plus we get a decent bow out of it. Though it is a long bow, it's not the short bow.
No, what is that?
This is my kind of work.
Actually from Chaos, that'll probably come in handy. But yeah, no matter which difficulty you're on, I mean, if you just get unlucky with rolls, you may have to reload. Just one of the quirks of the game.
I know the way.
That's fair fire down here too. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some buffs out. That might do it. Not that hard of a fight.
Meditate on your mistakes.
You're a good person.
Might make you feel better.
I like you.
Together, we stand.
He's standing right there.
No mistakes.
You can trust me.
Something wrong?
Well,
Alright, let's quick save and pop this.
They will break
Oh,
against
wrong
our
spot.
resolve.
Get him, Sela.
the spirits demand your blood.
You won't survive me.
A calculated risk.
Distract them from me.
This will leave a bruise. I'm all right. Just sit here.
Alright, down she goes.
Don't worry about me.
Let's pull Woljif back so he's not the target of this guy.
Time to share your treasures! Ah!
I'll hit you! You won't stop us.
Yeah, unlikely we can overcome his spell resistance anyway.
This pain is excruciating.
I don't cast that again.
Cover me, alright?
This is how it feels.
There we go. Came out on top.
You've marched me to the bones today.
Follow my lead.
Might be a little hard pressed to do this with our current fatigue. If we fail, I'm gonna
Forget it.
reload. Yeah, 4 hours, that's too much time.
Can we rest?
I'm gonna cheese this one a little bit. I'm not as honest in my streams as I am in my Let's Plays.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
This is my kind of work.
Alright, the Wicked Longbow. It's a pretty good weapon, but mostly because it's a +2 in Act 1. Besides the shield, I think it's the only +2 you find in Act 1. So this +2 composite longbow confirms a critical hit on an enemy. The target must pass a will saving throw DC 20 or suffer a curse. This cursed creature suffers -1 penalty to will, -2 to fortitude, and -3 to reflex saving throws. It can be removed with the remove curse spell. So this is actually an upgrade for him for right now. Mostly for the damage. And with that, we'll give Camellia Opinion.
I'll go ahead.
Alright, we have to rest up now. Might as well be able to finish clearing out this area. We'll do it for the minimum amount of time. Well, let me... 11 hours should be fine. Because there's no fighting. You can avoid the fighting at Blackwing Library, so you don't really need to worry about resources or buffing there. And then you can take care of a lot of the enemies at the Tower of Estrad as well, by sneaking around and using the columns.
I wish your father was still alive. I'd shake some sense into him. What was he thinking, dragging a child into war?
Yes. I'd like for my dad to be alive, too.
Alright, so we're still a little roughed up, but we have healing spells available, so not the end of the world. I meant to change one of Woljif's spells before I rested, though. Now he currently has 2 shield spells up. Which isn't terrible, I mean, it's more defensive buffs.
The mongrel did it.
Let's cross this for the experience.
Pretty good, aren't I?
I know the way. I know what our victory is certain.
Camellia up front. Bruce, get back, buddy.
Let's try this way. This will hurt.
Alright, need to get some healing on our companions.
This war must end.
She can heal herself,
the voice
actually.
of the spirits.
This next area with Camellia up front because it's a bunch of undead, and she gets a bonus armor class against undead. A +2 insight bonus armor class against undead. Pretty darn solid. And I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 presentation can be a little overwhelming. I mean, I enjoy it. I feel like it's harder to go, like, replay that game because of just how much stuff there is to take in versus a game like this. I plan on it, but probably it'd be a little overwhelming. Like, just thinking about all the barrels and stuff that I have to click back through and loot for subsequent playthroughs. Slosta and Baldur's Gate 3. There's no push. There's a push mechanic in Slosta. I don't know if you push enemies off chasms or not. But you can fall into them, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, that's why I tried to avoid doing it, because I liked my loot. It's crazy. Nabasu remain a bit of a threat throughout the entire game if you don't have Death Ward. So next time I'm at the inn with the tavern.
Yet another obstacle.
Surrender or else!
A calculated risk.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I need to buy a handful of Death Ward scrolls and I resist fire communal scroll.
Maybe I did something wrong here.
As it should be.
It's a good recommendation, Matthew.
This is my kind of work.
You can trust
Alright, so we
me.
can throw out a grease over here.
A bright future awaits
Don't
us.
mind me.
Let's have Camellia
That
tank
is
for
not
us.
far. No mistakes.
I'll watch your back.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Oh, we have a Treat
We'll
Affliction
make
up as
things
well
right.
for Woljiv. Dang it. Rolled a 2. It's funny, it's actually Pillars of Eternity that rekindled my passion for CRPGs. Which is, well, I guess I never really lost my interest. I just kind of strayed away from your typical isometric CRPGs and just became obsessed with like Dragon Age Origins and Knights of the Old Republic.
My tail is restless.
Well,
You won't survive me.
too late for apologies. I'll cut you wide open.
Cover me, all right?
Endure this!
That's right, shoot, the shadows. Forgot about that guy.
The spirits demand your blood!
Make every strike count.
The inheritor, guide my blade. Into the fray.
I'll hit you!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
You won't stop us.
You won't survive me.
You are today's sacrifice!
How many restoration do I? I do. It's not gonna fix minus the 9. At least you can move now.
I think I did it!
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, I need to play
Is
this
that
on the
a trap?
channel,
It might be a trap.
but it's gonna be a while because I've got other games lined up at the moment. Because after I finish Dark Envoy, I'm gonna do Skald against the Black Priory, and then I'm gonna start the Divinity franchise.
Who, me?
Did we find trouble? No, they did. Endure this!
Surrender, or else! Too late for apologies. Go for their hearts!
Let's try this way.
I'll hit you!
No glory
I'll cut you wide
without
open.
risk.
This will hurt.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
You won't stop us.
Distract them from me.
I'm sorry I have to do this.
I'm not. Screw these shadows, man.
Surrender or else! The spirits demand your blood.
Yeah, except he's
Too
a
late
shadow, he
for
doesn't have blood.
apologies. You are today's sacrifice!
The light, take you.
Make every strike count.
Whoa!
Into
That must
the
have
fray.
hurt!
Alright, so once again, Camellia lost a lot of strength there. What do I do? A lot of restoration stuff.
I know the way. Follow my lead.
I still have the
What's on
necromancer
your
fight to
mind?
deal with.
I wonder.
We could enlarge her. and do this.
Inimosi
This that way she can move.
Ready for anything.
Together we stand. I will help where I can.
Alright, we'll get that out, because we do have the fight right up ahead.
Time's not waiting.
Something wrong?
It's a pretty nasty little fight, so.
I wonder why.
I am prepared.
No
I
reason
heed
to
the voice of the
pause.
spirits.
Ask nicely.
Oh, sorry, I'm behind on chat. Focused on the game.
We will be victorious.
Yeah, DA2, I want to go back and play Dragon Age 2 with a more open mind. I was just mad the entire time I played it because I couldn't play as a dwarf. See, there was redeeming qualities for Dragon Age 2. I don't remember the writing being bad, and the Chapter 2, or Act 2, forgot how they refer to it in the game, final boss fight was fantastic. Yeah, the game was very repetitive. They reused a lot of the same areas, because you're just located in a single city. I used to play Dragon Age Origins over and over again quite a bit, along with Knights of the Old Republic.
No glory without risk.
Go for their hearts!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Time to share your treasures.
I'm done with
I'll
you.
cut you wide open!
Shoot, we hit him. He may not wake up, though. It's kind of at the same time.
Won't survive me.
The inheritor. Guide my blade.
I forgive you. I hope you can forgive me.
Endure this.
I'm pretty sure these flame blades are new.
I'll hit you!
I keep not casting Inspire Rage.
A calculated risk.
Cover me, all right?
You won't stop us.
Oh, that's right, I didn't turn that off with her. She does not need to ever rage.
Surrender, or else!
There we go. Nothing to it. A couple minor mistakes, but we came out on
Rely
top.
on me.
Also, I never played Dragon Age 2 with the DLC.
As it should be.
So I played it when it first came out, super excited for it because I really enjoyed Origins. And I still think Dragon Age 2 has one of the best video game trailers I've ever seen in my life.
step on their toes as well?
The spirits demand your blood!
This should do it.
Too late for apologies.
Expected
You
outcome.
are today's sacrifice! I'll hit you!
But I would like to play through it again while I'm not so bitter about the not being able to play as a dwarf.
Save the last one for me.
No
Make
mercy
every
for
strike
the
count.
wicked.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Let's try this one.
Plus, when I played the Dragon Age franchise on the channel, I'm not going
That
to
is
skip
not far.
any of the
I found.
entries in the series.
Do not fear. Do not
He
waver.
won't stop us.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
The light take you.
Go for their hearts!
I'll go ahead.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan. Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
I know the way. Follow my lead.
Oh, I saved the theater troop, but we still have one building to explore here, because we knocked out the rat building over here. We knocked out the Shadow Demon. So it's just the Brimorak, which I want the scroll of resist fire communal for. I think we knocked everything else out here, so we can... Oh, darn it.
You can trust
Melia.
me.
We can always grab this later. Let's go take it now. No, that's a separate area. That's down here. The, I think it's Topaz Solutions, right? Yeah, the Alchemist Laboratory. 3 hours, oh boy. Let's drop this stuff off. We'll pick it up later. It's gonna slow us down now. And the loot doesn't disappear. That put me all the way over there.
That is not
Now
far.
the Mimic House, I'll grab a scroll of resist acid communal. That'll make that fight a lot easier. Yeah, that knocks an hour off our journey. This is a more important... It's more important we get to the Blackwing Library than the Tower of Estrad before the defense. Alright, here's Nenio's encounter.
Open your heart to me.
It's a quick save. There's a few perception checks over here.
I'll go ahead.
Can't hide from me.
Right there. Something.
Alright, I think that's all of them.
We will win this war.
This is the most important one. Yeah, some negative energy damage on top. Pretty solid.
I know the way.
Now for
Well,
Camellia, we need to... I didn't find any more restoration stuff, did I? No.
I know what to do. No mistakes.
I'll watch your back.
Yes?
I'm here. Where else would I
Focus
be?
on the goal.
Alright, so I have to make him a little bit more defensive because he gets put on the front line for this fight. So, Blur, Aid. I can't cast Shield. I'm just failing the check. There we go.
A bright future awaits us.
All right. Pop that for me, please.
Wearing a robe? Check. Baphomet symbol around the neck? Check. Crazy eyes? Check. Note to self. Bring a mirror next time to be able to adjust the optimal level of eye craziness. Everything is ready for the experiment. An audience. Problematic, but not critical. You there, boy. Stay out of this. It is counterproductive to stand in the way of scientific progress.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Who's that? I don't know her.
Greetings, boys and girls. I am your sister in sin, a devotee of Lord Baphomet's dark will, and so on and so forth.
She looks like one of us, but she talks kinda weird. Who's there with you?
I mean, she's still spec'd to... Well, it depends on how you want to build your mage, too. But yeah, I mean, if you go an illusion mage, and you're spamming Phantasmal Killer and Weird, it's a little redundant. This playthrough, I might try to make her into a Mystic Theurge.
Who? Oh, them! Just an audience, they don't matter. Consider them a supplementary component of the coming experiment.
Shrug, remaining silent.
In the name of our Lord Baphomet, please be so kind as to undertake a little test of your competency in our wicked cause. Let's start with something simple. So here's my first question. What is Lord Baphomet's favorite weapon?
We will not answer to you.
Our lord can wield any kind of weapon. He is all-powerful.
Wrong. He wields no weapons at all. He doesn't need any. He just gores his enemies with his horns.
I don't know for sure, but I like the answer about the horns.
These answers are wrong. The correct answer is Isergal, a glaive made of red adamantine. This experiment has taken quite a surprising turn. I would never have expected the followers of the great Baphomet to be baffled by such a simple question. Fine. Let's recalibrate the difficulty and proceed with the next question. Please name Lord Baphomet's sacred animal.
A bull! Of course, everybody knows that.
A goat. A newt.
Yep, and a cow.
That's an aurochs, as a matter of fact.
I'd like to ask you to stop prompting them, but it seems they could do with a prompt or two. It appears the experiment has yielded results which are as unexpected as they are incredible. Baphomet's cultists have not the slightest idea about who Baphomet really is, let alone any in-depth knowledge of his ideology or philosophy. I'm positive that this news will cause a sensation in widest scientific circles.
Was it the AK-47U or AK-74U? 74U from Black Ops. That's my favorite SMG. When Black Ops came out in, like, what, 2011? Played the heck out of that Call of Duty. The only two Call of Duties I really played were Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops. I had a fun with Black Ops. I remember the AK-74U and the Python. Whew.
Damn
Good
it!
times.
She's right. I'm a shitty excuse for a cultist. And my mother used to tell me to become a plowman.
Hey, take it easy. We've only had 2 questions. You there, come on, ask another one. We'll get the next one.
Yeah, ask them some more. They might still manage it.
Is there any sense in continuing? You cannot answer the simplest of questions. I am ashamed of all of you, as cultists and as individuals.
Please, ask again. I can answer. I'm sure I can.
How do you spell Baphomet's name?
B-A-F-A... Oh, screw it. To hell with Baphomet. I thought it was gonna be fun, but instead there are all these questions. I'm done here. I'm going back to my home village, back to my mother.
It's funny he says to hell with Baphomet, considering Baphomet's history with Asmodeus.
Hey, wait! You there! How dare you stir up discord in our ranks? Grab her and tie her up, and her entire entourage too!
The experiment is complete. Unable to deal with the questions, the cultists decide to deal with the examiner instead. A typical reaction for a person who has never been burdened with any intelligence. Now you're gonna start hitting each other, aren't you? Please, proceed. I won't interrupt.
No glory without risk.
I'll cut you wide open.
This will hurt.
You won't survive
The
me.
inheritor, guide my blade.
Distract them for me.
The spirits demand your blood.
Time to share your treasures. Cover me, all right?
Endure this.
You are today's sacrifice.
Make every strike count.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
A calculated risk.
Go for their hearts.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
The result is statistically predictable, especially considering their intelligence level. What about you, boy? Are you ready to answer some questions for the good of science? Let's proceed with the experiment. My first question is simple. Which colors does the goddess Iomade prefer?
Who are you? What's this all about?
I am the one asking questions here. Answer them, and then I'll satisfy your curiosity.
I hate how it doesn't give you the right answer unless you pass the check. I feel like the player could know the answers to these questions, but it doesn't give you the option to answer it. I'm not going to answer your questions.
Well, that's your right. The experiment has come to a standstill due to the subject's refusal to cooperate.
Yeah, you can do all range attacks, because you can also make, like, melee archers. You might run a little low in weapons, but you can compensate that with greater magic weapon.
It seems to me that I owe you an explanation. My name is Nenio. I am an explorer, a pilgrim, a yet-to-be-recognized scientific luminary, future author of the great Encyclopedia Galarianica, and rector of all Absalom's universities at once. Future rector, I should say. I also know several spells.
Plus, you could make them all like Sable Company Marines, so they get an animal companion. They'll just dive bomb the enemies with a bunch of snapshot attacks. Yeah, you can make it work. Hey, that's my preferred method, Mike. Brute force with a little razzle-dazzle, just so you don't get murked by, like, enervation and stuff. Now, can you finally tell me what you're getting at with all those questions?
It is so heartening to see you strive for knowledge. I have been conducting an experiment comparing the intellectual abilities of the average cultist with those of the average crusader. Unfortunately, the experiment has proven that the opposing parties possess approximately equal faculties in this regard. A shame, indeed, for I've always claimed that despite the popular beliefs about the limited intellectual abilities of those in the army, at least some of them can be considered educated. It appears I was mistaken.
Hey, some military folk are smart. I can't vouch for all of them, but there's some bright ones in there. So you're trying to say that I am mediocre?
Yes.
Don't you dare call me stupid.
Unable to deal with the questions, the Crusader decides to deal with the Examiner instead. A typical reaction
Hey.
for a person who has never been burdened with any intelligence.
But the same thing with the cultists. Why do you keep calling me boy? I have a name, you know.
I apologize for an injury to your ego, but your name is irrelevant on the grand scale of the universe. Thus, it cannot possibly interest me. I will forget it as soon as I hear it. To avoid unnecessary confusion, I'd prefer to not know it at all.
I mean, I'm a famous musician. Don McLean. I wrote American Pie, and I've been living off the royalties since then. Is it only leather armor? I mean, that's neat. It makes sense. I like that, actually. That's really thematic for rogues. How much leather armor is in the game? I think that one set you find in, oh, where's it at? I think it's the armor set you find in Winter Sun. It looks really cool. That's leather armor, I'm pretty sure. Canaris isn't safe right now. Shall we join forces?
Do you wish to become my follower? To accompany me on my expeditions to the World Wound? To assist me in my experiments? To run errands for me? Perhaps even to write down my deepest thoughts for the benefit of future generations? Oh, how splendid! Of course, I agree.
Yeah, I think the situation's a bit more dire when you come across Camellia.
Truth be told, I have no money to pay you. But you will be aiding the progress of science, and that is its own reward.
And they probably don't want you to softlock yourself with the shield maze by getting rid of one of the companions, because it'd be hard to get through the shield maze. I mean, you could do it solo, of course, but it'd be harder for like new players to get through the shield maze with only 3 companions versus 4. Yeah, I usually take her armor off when I do lockpicking. I mean, I have Wolja for my lockpicking needs right now. That's why I've been taking Camellia's armor off to do it. If we join forces, you have to follow my instructions during our expeditions.
Huh? What? Oh, yes, the dangers and these battles. Of course, I will follow your orders. I place my life in your capable hands, so I can focus on the things that really matter.
I wonder if she shows up at the Defender's Heart if you just leave her here. And like, you can still recruit her later. I agree.
Excellent. You're hired. To think that I finally found someone to accompany me. 27 Crusaders before you said no. Not one of them saw the undeniable appeal of my offer. Your first assignment is to take me to a safe place. I have to admit that today's experiment has left me quite tired.
Perfect. We can get rid of Camellia. Welcome Nenio to our party because she's gonna be a burden. Does she have an animal companion on her? I don't remember if she does. We have 2 there, 1 here. That's all we got so far, right? Tiger, the dragon, Pipe Fox. You'll get the imp till later. Is there another one I'm forgetting? You get, was it Jarsalax later? Yeah, but Camellia's not gonna... Man, I just got rid of Camellia, so... Spell Penetration, Spell Focus Illusion. Yeah, so I'm thinking I might try to just go Mystic Theurge. You can justify Mystic Theurge on Nenio, I think, because I feel like she'd pursue a Cleric class. Just for the sake of, you know, studying it and, you know, for science-y reasons. You also do Lore Master, I guess. I've actually looked at these prestige classes before. In detail. I've glanced at them. Hey, take care, Matthew. Regardless, I need like 5 levels of Wizard and 5 levels of Cleric if I go that route. Or Oracle, but I don't think that makes sense. I think Cleric makes more sense because it's more of a studying class. It's also be a decent way to get her a animal companion, because we go the nature domain. Nothing really makes sense description-wise, but I think a separatist because I feel like she'd be considered a heretic for just studying it for the sake of science. I'll have to look into that later. Either way, another level into Wizard. She gets nothing this level up. 1 point of Dexterity. The remaining 4 points will go into Intelligence. Knowledge Arcana, Knowledge World, Lore Nature, Lore Religion. Oh, this is an illusion spell. So Haunting Mist, that's a new spell. An illusion of misty vapor inhabited by shadowy shapes arises around you. It is stationary. The illusory mist obscures all sight. Attacks made in the mist or against anything in the mist must contend with the total concealment. Okay. All creatures in the mist must save or take 1d2 points of wisdom damage and suffer the shaking condition for 1d4 rounds. There's no save against that, is there? Interesting. So if they're in the mist, if I use this on the enemy backline, they'll be taking the attack made in the mist. Does that mean if they attack outside the mist, like if they're a ranged character stuck in the mist? Because that's still an attack made in the mist. I'm going to grab it. Seems pretty good. And Blur. We'll figure it out. Alright, let's see. Mage Armor. Got Color Spray. Couple Enlarged Persons. All I want? Yeah, I guess so. Or I have Mirror Image. Like that. Alright, cool.
Open to ideas. You require my unbiased opinion?
Follow my lead.
What does 2 levels of Mystic Theurge get you? I'm gonna look at the classes a little closer, more closely later. Maybe on my own time instead of right now. Determine if I want to do Lore Master or Mystic Theurge. I always wanted to do Mystic Theurge for Christian and Kingmaker, just never did it. Mix it up because he's redundant because you already have a better cleric with Harem. Alright, about to learn a lot of stuff. Trendelev, the Guardian of Canabris, gives us what? Also a bonus to armor class against dragons. A little specific, there's only a couple dragons you fight in the game.
Trap might be treasure.
As it should be.
Alright, padded armor focus. Does padded armor avoid the penalty for trickery checks too? I feel like it should. Yeah, no penalty for padded armor either. Cool. Alright, Gino Pollen. Or Guino Pollen. Teaches us what? All's fair in love and war. +1 confidence bonus to attacks and damage on all natural attacks. See, that'd be great on Ulbrich here.
That is not far.
Yeah, so you can punch them, but then they light them on fire. I wish that wasn't the case. I hate that they get lit on fire when you take this option. But it makes sense, because you punch the nearest guy, and this guy's going to light him on fire.
I'll go ahead.
Alright, Temples of Amade gives us what? I wish I would just tell you what it gave you in the log at the bottom. I have to keep going back here. This book grants a +1 shield bonus to armor class against demons. That's pretty solid.
My tail is twitching. Must
Then
be
I'll
a sign.
naturally have a shield bonus.
I
Anybody
know the
open
way.
this up?
Thank you for inviting me on this journey. Risking life and limb, facing countless dangers. Perhaps I shouldn't thank you.
A failure is just a step to a success.
Alright, Quarterstaff of Coercion. This +1 Quarterstaff adds +1 to the DC for all will saving throws against spells the wielder casts.
Anything new?
Follow my lead.
Might be useful for my Quarterstaff Master in the future.
Might be
If
trapped.
that's a class I go
What's
with.
that there?
Still split between the Student of Stone and the Quarterstaff Master. I think the Quarterstaff Master will be more fun. Alright, +1 confidence bonus on saving throws against swarms. Also, somewhat useful, though. I feel like you never save against swarms anyway.
went splendidly.
Yeah, you take the trickster option here, and then Sucker Benoth will show up later and help out with that library in the Great Garrison. There's a reason not to unlock all the mythic paths, just because. I mean, there's roleplay options, and like, ideally I'd punch that guy, but I know if I punch him, I feel like a Skald would punch this guy. If I punch him, they light him on fire, which I wish wasn't the case, but... It's alright. You also miss out on some experience. So we could take him straight to the Defender's Heart. We are done here. And also, it's super important to save these guys, because they give you that very lengthy haste buff for the Great Garrison. Hey man, welcome to the stream. Go back, we'll sell some stuff, then we can head back to the Tower of Estrad. We should have time to make it there.
As it should be.
Bruce, what are you doing over there, buddy? Let's see. Nenio.
That is not far.
Alright, to the Storyteller. Which I think his ring gives you saves against fire damage, right? So much to ally with this guy. I can read this out loud in my current playthrough. That's a whole episode right there.
I'll go ahead.
Age of Wonders 3. I do want to play the Age of Wonders games on the channel as well. It's easy to put it off until they release Age of Wonders 4. It's like, oh man, I really want to jump into this. Same with Planetfall. Let's do some mercantiling. Yeah, so +1 luck bonus on all saving throws against fire-based effects. That could be useful for, Fighting against the Primorak we have coming up. I saw all these books. Just hold on to the Almanac for Jubilost. I'm not going to use that. I might use Nenio and Woljif in this playthrough. I haven't decided on my party for this run. I'd like to use Obrig. The main character, Lan, Arushalai, Social, easy animal companion excuse there. Sela with her animal companion, so then Obrig. Right? No, maybe I want Woljif instead. I don't know, I'm undecided. We'll figure it out as we go.
I know the way.
I need to buy a few scrolls while we're here. So I need a fire. Scroll of resist fire communal. Scroll of resist acid communal. Death ward. I need 6 of those. That's most of my money. I like to buy this ring as well while we're here. Well, then again, I'm not using Camellia right now. We can always buy this later. So maybe I won't worry about it. Oh shoot, why'd I do that? I had to buy that back.
Follow my lead.
I mean, scribe scrolls for Nenio, we just can't scribe the ones I just bought. Sometimes it's hard to justify scribing scrolls in Act 1 anyway, because you might need the resources right away. Yeah, I'm a big strategy game guy. I'm not the best, well, I don't know, I'm good at some of the strategy games. I feel like I tried to play Humankind, but that one didn't really, I mean, it's fairly simple, but I feel like some of the mechanics make it just too easy to meet the win conditions. Yeah, the Black Blade. So I made Woljif a Bladebound Magus, and they get the Scimitar starting at level 1. The Black Blade. And the class is built around that weapon. Get the Black Blade, then at 3rd level, you can grant the Black Blade a +1 bonus with damage rolls for 1 minute. And then you can turn the damage dealt to cold, electricity, or fire. Or to sonic or force, using 2 points. That's pretty cool. And then at level 11, which is the big deal, the Black Blade becomes independent. It will attack as like it's treated like an animal companion, almost. And it gets all of its stats scale off the Magus' stats.
As it should
I
be.
think it fits him roleplay wise. I mentioned it before, but I like to think that he stole it from a proper Bladebound Magus, and that's why, you know, he has 3 levels of Eldritch Scoundrel. So it'll never become a true Magus. I think that's what the capstone ability is called. Yeah. But he'll have the companion with him for a while. No, he's not currently dual wielding. I took the other weapon out of his hand in case I want to do spell combat. Yeah, the goal is to have him eventually use the... I can't remember if it's a Falchard or a Bardish that uses intelligence for attack and damage. So he won't be able to use spell combat with that. I'm wondering if I take one level of Titan Fighter if he can, though. Because then he can use that weapon one-handed. But I don't know if spell combat will allow me to force him to use it one-handed or not. Because if you don't have another weapon or shield in your hand, you'll two-hand the weapon anyway. There's not like a toggle for it. I could rest up. I'm not going to. I'm not sure how much time I have left. Yeah, he was dual wielding until I think as soon as I leveled him up, I took the dagger away because the scimitar is not a light weapon.
That is not far.
Let's buy some health potions real quick.
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's a little lackluster, but I think it's a really cool class thematically. It's one of the 3 classes I was most excited for with the most recent update.
What in the name of the Green Mother's going on in this crazy town? Who's in charge here? You there in the armor? Or is it you, tavern keeper? Or maybe it's you, old-timer? Oh, you, I remember. You were in that ravaged fortress with all the books. You can explain all this to me. Well? You're good. All right. First things first. If by some chance you don't already know, they call me Ulbrig. Ulbrig Olesk. Chief of the Olesk clan. The one that gave Barzog's orcs a drubbing. What, never heard of them either? I'll be damned. Is this an illusion or something? One minute I'm laying myself down for a nap in a glade one summer's day, and the next I'm waking up among ruins and flames and monsters running riot. And no one knows me. But you see, my name's famous across Sarkoris. Where in the blazes am I? What's going on here? The door would have been smarter, right enough. I was asleep too long, that must be it. My head's all muddled. I remember I was flying over the city looking for something, and when I found it, I just drove straight for it. Roads and roofs be damned. But what was I looking for? Drinks? Warriors? No, that's not it. Or maybe you. Was I looking for you?
You said you saw him in the library. When?
Now, let me think. Strange, the memory's in there, but it's all broken up in little pieces. So, I opened my eyes, I saw books and stones around me, and you were there. Then I was flying over the city. I had wings, and then I was in this here tavern, and then I saw you again.
In the library, there was a stone statue of a griffin. It came to life suddenly and flew off. Was that you?
A statue, you say? Strange. I don't remember being turned to stone. But if it looked like a griffin, then it must have been me. Take a gander at this. Don't worry, I won't scratch you. I'm no werewolf, I'm a shifter. My powers were granted to me by the sacred griffin Erevar, who protects our clan. I doubt you've got any other griffins flying about this city of yours.
Oh, you're missing out. Ulbrig's a great character. I think he's one of my favorite companions. He might be my favorite companion. I haven't done a full playthrough with him in the party yet, but in my Paladin run, he'll be a staple of the party. Maybe in this run, too. I'm undecided on that right now. You're saying you fell asleep in Sarkoris and woke up here.
That's what I'm saying to you. I was plucked like a fish from a pond and carried off to God's nowhere.
Yeah, plus the DLC comes with the Swarmbane clasps, which are a fantastic addition to the game.
All right, that's enough questions from you. Now on to some of mine. Where am I, and what's going on here?
Alright, let's joke. You're not in Galarian anymore. This world is called No Hopia. And every day, just after lunch, we get invaded by demons.
You overplayed your hand there. No hopia, you say. Demons invading after lunch and dragons at every full moon, no doubt. And this moon of yours, I'll bet it's made of cheese.
Well, I think I have to choose between Olbrig and Woljif for my Azata playthrough. Because I have a main character, I've got Sociel, I've got Sela, Lan, and Arushalai. So it comes down to Olbrig or Woljif. And I think I need Woljif for the buffs. I mean, my main character can do some buffs, but not to cover everybody. Not to cover all of them. Yeah, the most recent DLC, it was pretty good. I enjoyed all the voice acting and just, like, you know, exploring stuff with the companions. But the classes are really what bring that DLC together. I'm bringing Arushalai and Lan. So I'm going to romance Arushalai in this playthrough as a Desmond worshipping Azata. And Lan, I like Lan. Plus he has an animal companion currently. I'm trying to fit as many animal companions in the party as I can. Olbrig, I'm not going to multi-class him from Shifter, so he's technically an animal companion by himself, but I want more numbers. And with Woljif, I get the Black Blade with the Bladebound Magus, which is kind of like a companion. I don't know if like I can have it rage and stuff. I assume that I can.
Fine.
I don't use mercs.
If you don't want to tell me what's going on, don't. We're in a tavern, not in the middle of nowhere. There's plenty of folks around. I'm sure one of these people will tell me what's happening here. There's one thing I do know without asking. You've got a tough fight on your hands. I'm not one to wait on an invitation to a brawl, so if you're making ready to break some demon horns, I'm going with you. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have a taste of whatever ale brew here.
So everybody talks about dual-wielding the two-handed weapons with the Titan Fighter, which is the staple of the class. But as soon as I saw that class, it's like, oh cool, I can use a two-handed weapon and a tower shield. And so I've been theory crafting a bunch of tower shield builds with Titan Fighter.
I know the way.
Yeah, with the newest series of classes, the Sable Company Marine, the Titan Fighter, and the Bladebound Magus are my three favorites. And then out of the classes right before that, I think the Tortured Crusader. I like the idea of the Tortured Crusader. I don't know if I can bring myself to ever play it, though. It might make a decent Swarm That Walks class, up until you can't take any more levels of Tortured Crusader. I kind of wish it was a lawful neutral class instead of lawful good. We might just take this party for now. We're just going to the Tower of Estrad. Well, I think there's
another obstacle.
Was it Dark Souls 3 or 2? There was a like two parts of a shield that made like a door if you combined them or something.
Into the fray.
Distract them from me.
This should do it.
You're irrelevant.
Surrender or else!
Did you see that?
A hook rate for 38. Good job, Leia. I also like the, and I like shield builds. I'm a big tank fan. I just tend not to play tanks in the games I play because in party-based games like this, there's almost always a tank represented in the companions that you get. It's always you pick like a two-handed fighter of some kind. Sort of a two-handed frontliner. But I prefer to play tanks. Like if it was an MMO, I'd pick a tank.
This obstacle.
Let's try this way. This was not part of the plan.
Oh wow, I took down my main character. I'll have to buy healing potions. That's why I went back into the tavern. Not to recruit Ulbrich, but to get healing potions that I forgot to get. Of course. Because playing tanks kind of coincides with my ideal main character being the frontline leader that's protecting his allies while also leading from the front. I won't enter this location. We're gonna rest up before we delve too far into it. I want to rest up before because then when you're traveling, you run the risk of running into that messenger to go back and defend the defender's heart. But if you rest in the location that you're in, you can't have that encounter, so you're safe to rest up as many times as you want within this location. When you have Sela and Camellia, they both act as decent tanks. Who was the offensive tank in Kingmaker? Amiri? Or, Akbo, the dog? But yeah, they have Sela set up to become a tank. I mean, she starts with shield focus, so I think that's... I didn't forget Amiri, but she wasn't a tank. She died so fast all the time. I wouldn't consider her a tank. I just got buffed. I was gonna rest, but I don't want to lose that effect.
Time's not waiting.
No reason to pause.
Follow my lead.
Yeah, Valerie. I mean, just because they get DR, I wouldn't consider them a tank. I don't put a lot of stock into DR. Though, you can make a decent DR build in this game, I think. If you go Legend and get a ton of hit points, you have like 3 or 4 different ways to stack DR. Normally you can't stack damage reduction. But say you go Barbarian with Legend. Then you can go, I don't know, let's say... the classic gets like natural fortification. I know Student of Stone gets fortification, and I think Stonelord does. You can't change your alignment, and barbarians are chaotic. You have to be lawful for the monk or the Stonelord class. But if you get some sort of natural like class DR, go Legend, get a ton of hit points. There's that armor that stacks with everything with the new DLC. Living Fortress might be what it's called. And there's another stacking DR bonus somewhere. It might be in the new DLC as well. So I think there's 3 or 4 different ways you can stack damage reduction. And if you're Legend, you get like 500 hit points, so... yeah, she's like the exact opposite. But she is fully defensive, not really an offensive powerhouse. And of course, they both share the same weapon type. They both specialize in bastard swords. I mean, not a failed paladin. She just didn't want to do it. I don't think she failed out. It was a conscious decision. Which you could argue is a failure in its own right, but that's not how I'd view it. It's not like she wanted to become a paladin and then failed the trial. Well, she's just lawful. Yeah, I would not get Kingmaker on console. The Kingmaker's fun. I actually plan to do another run in the near future. It's a fun campaign. I prefer Kingmaker's campaign over Wrath of the Righteous. It's just got that cozy fantasy feel. For this one's more, you know, all gas, no brakes. Let's say, hey, here's a war against demons. Have fun, and just, you know, Doomslayer it to the end.
I'd stay away from there right now. The tower is the main stronghold of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth and their allies. Going up against that many of them would be suicide. I have a better idea. If the demons and their mortal agents were better organized, the Crusaders would have been crushed long before now. But they're always trying to spread in every direction. Right now, in every corner of the city, there are demons like Kylus who are trying to consolidate their forces to launch a joint attack on the Defender's heart.
Who are you?
Greybor. I'm a contract killer who's been hired to kill that demon that just walloped that other one. I've tracked him all the way here, and was planning to kill him when that crowd showed up, so I had to pull back.
What do you suggest?
Don't even think about trying to take them all on single-handed. You'll be mincemeat. Better to warn the Crusaders in the Defender's heart that the demons are planning to attack. And later, once the attackers have been taken care of, it'll be much easier to sweep through this tower and eliminate the Defenders left behind.
You think I can't handle this lot here and now? Ha! Count to 10. By the time you're finished, they'll all be dead. Who hired you?
I'm afraid that's confidential. As a professional, I'm obliged to keep my client's name a secret.
We could attack them together.
I have no desire to die today. If you choose to go in there, I'll take advantage of the opportunity, of course. I'll kill Kylus and get back here as quickly as I can. I'm not going to fight any of the others. I don't work for free.
The city is burning. People are dying. And you're thinking about how to fill your pockets?
Yes. So what? Listen here, girl. If you're so eager to save someone, go and do it. And don't waste your breath preaching at me.
I'm going now.
I hope you act wisely.
You're so sad. Please take care.
I love Greybor and Ember's interactions. I feel like Greybor can be a relatively boring character. It's even his name, Greybor. But, I don't know, having him and Ember in the same party, it's nice.
What are you doing here, girl? This is no place for people like you. Go. Hide somewhere safe.
So, one day I'll have a party with both of them in it. Alright, let's go ahead and quick save. We're gonna stealth our way to success. Shoot. Well, that's unfortunate. Actually, I'm gonna reload. I'm streaming. I'll have to be honest. I put my Let's Plays on a pedestal. I'll have to do that with my streams. This is the down and dirty experience.
Now we are making a mystery of ourselves?
Can't hide from me. Well, this didn't go well.
Cat lady, who's the blood nut? Oh, Camellia. You said cat lady, and I thought Camellia instead of Wendawag. But no, that can't be in this party. No, this is a chaotic good playthrough.
The mongrel did it. Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
So I don't think that column should have fallen that way. It falls and it's like shoots across.
I know what to do.
I want to sneak a little closer.
Our victory is certain.
Alright, too close.
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
Alright, can make anybody sleep. Maybe the Dretch.
Dedicate my body to science.
Wow, nasty little fireball.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Like in there, Bruce.
Cover me, all right?
You won't survive me.
Into the fray!
Endure this.
No glory without risk!
Hey, we did it.
Go ahead.
I think how did it go my first run? I remember it being difficult, but nothing was difficult my first run with the Gendarme. It was such an easy run. I mean, I can't stress just how easy an animal companion makes the early game.
Might be trap, might be treasure. Pretty good, aren't I?
More traps here, isn't there? Thought there was, maybe not.
I know the way. Follow my lead. As it should be. That is not far.
Yeah, I wish I had an animal companion through the ashes. That was such a hard DLC, and I played it honestly. One of my companions died early on, so I was playing it through with just 5 companions, and it was a doozy. Then even the Lord of Nothing was extremely well. I don't think the Lord of Nothing was that difficult, except for the secret boss. That did a number on me. I had to cheese that one, and I had to use turn-based mode. Well, I probably didn't have to use turn-based mode, but I liked it too.
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, Through the Ashes. It was the third DLC released. It's a standalone. And more of a survival type game. It was fun. I enjoyed the change of pace and the challenge of it. It was extremely difficult. Because one of the reasons why I like the early games so much is because of how much resources matter. And Through the Ashes really pushed that to the limit. Yes, I guess it's not really a standalone campaign anymore with the Lord of Nothing.
My tail is switching. Must be a sign.
I want to play through the Lord of Nothing again because I missed a lot of stuff in the Wizard's Tower.
This is my kind of work.
I think I was doing 3 or 4 Let's Plays at the time, so I was struggling anyway.
This is my
That was way too much on my plate.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Grace of Peace. What does that do? +1 Cold Iron Kukri deals additional +2 damage against undead creatures. That's pretty solid. Especially for the Pitaxian Wine Cellar.
This is my kind of work.
Another longbow. I thought there was a unique short bow in Act 1 too. Maybe not.
Follow my lead.
Alright, so we knocked out all the time-sensitive stuff. We can kind of do whatever we want now. I think we're going to head back to the Market Square and take care of the Bermorak. We have the resources for it. I like to rest up before we do that, though. What am I missing? Oh, land. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the Memoric fight since we do have a scroll to counter him. But better safe than sorry. A little extra health can't hurt. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Yeah, that's why they didn't lean into it in the second DLC. It's more combat oriented. Yeah, it basically did away with the survival mechanics, which may make sense. You just have access to more resources. It's not really survival at that point.
That is not far.
Alright, so we gotta head to the Erende house after this so we can do the Azata quest.
Ready for anything.
Bruce is leading the charge. Look at his little floppy feet.
Time's not waiting.
Alright, everybody gather around. Got some buffs to get out. Most specifically, got fire. Like cast it. Here. I'm just glad failing to cast it doesn't consume your scroll. That'd be upsetting. Oh yeah, let's try and fix up
We'll make things
Moldriff
right.
real quick. I still can't dispel it. Son of a gun.
Always be ready for the worst.
Focus on the goal.
Alright, we can enter and then worry about
I will help where I can.
pop one of those. Alright, here we go.
I am prepared.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Oh, sorry, Stinking Cloud too. Son of a gun.
Unexpected outcome.
Naneo should have run into melee. That's my fault. He's also enraged.
Did you see that?
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
Surrender or else!
What's that there?
You should have listened to reason.
Distract them from me. Time to share your treasures.
No reason to pause.
Alright, that went a lot better than my last playthrough. Abrupt Force. Once per round, whenever this +1 Cold Iron Scimitar lands a hit on an enemy, the target must pass a Fortitude saving throw, DC 13, or become stunned for 1 round. Fantastic weapon.
This is my kind of work.
Yeah, Stinking Cloud would carry you through the entirety of Kingmaker. Stinking Cloud and resist Poison Communal, and you're all set.
I'll go ahead.
I'm not exaggerating, it is absurdly powerful in that game.
No mistakes.
I'm always open to ideas. This war
Turn that
must
off of
end.
those two. They don't need.
I know the way.
They don't need to be enraged. That would be rage-specific dialogue for her. So I'm using Inspire Rage.
Trust in yourself.
Together, we stand.
I'm all ears.
We will win this war.
Make every strike count.
Let's try this way.
There we go. I really want to play that new game, Tactical Breach Wizards. I like those breach type games, like Door Kickers and of course Tactical Breach Wizards. Well, the Defender of the True World, or what is it called? Yeah, Defender of the True World was from a holdover from Kingmaker, so.
We will be victorious.
The light, take you.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Mind over muscle.
You won't survive me.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Oh, we saved a lot of them. Not all of them, but quite a few. Oh, we got Decimation. For this +1 cooldown, Bardiche confirms a critical hit. It deals an additional 1 damage to Constitution. No saving throw either.
As it should be.
It's a perception check over here.
Might
There
be
it is.
trap, might be treasure. Pretty good, aren't I? Just don't blame me.
Oh, it's jammed. Or reload.
This is my kind of
There
work.
we go. Decent payout for that.
A success worthy of praise.
Oh, hey, some Bard or Skald dialogue. Panting a little, the young woman looks at you and smiles. Demons aren't the best audience, wouldn't you agree? Performing for them can be pretty unpleasant. But I guess I was at my best today. I detect a professional challenge in your words. The performance I gave the demons was pretty good too. Admit it. What's the two bards do when they meet amidst the ruins, in the aftermath of a demonic attack? Of course they find out who's the more talented, and whose song's more inspiring. After all, why not? Let's have a challenge. Come on, join in. She starts singing, composing verses that are simple, even slightly awkward. But as she sings, her voice imbues them with an undeniable charm. O day of hardship, your frigid embrace is warmed with song, and lifted from this place. Yeah, let's do a battle march. Sing to the tune of a battle march. Let's go along, a proper song strikes harder than a spear. Let demon scum just dare to come, make them run in fear. Yeoman claps her hands. Wonderful. That's it. You've outmatched me. I admit it. As an honest bard, I owe you some reward for winning this little contest. You know what? Here, take my ring. I was going to order another one anyway, to match my new dresses. Ooh, Ring of Bardic Resourcefulness. If the wearer of this ring has the Bardic Performance ability, it grants him an additional round of its use per day. Fantastic. Fantasimo.
Greetings, valiant stranger who has just burst into my life. I am the master of this house, Count Daron Kale, myriad mellifluous monikers Arunde. No need to introduce yourself. I find remembering insignificant details, such as the name of passing acquaintances, such a bore.
Wow. Bonafide blue bloods and unparalleled aristocracy. All this makes me itch to do something really crass. Ooh, like blow my nose on the curtains.
What are you waiting for, my squamous squire? The curtains in this room are velvet, but we have some excellent silk ones with gold thread elsewhere in the house. Take your pick. My soft furnishings are yours to do with as you wish. I'm quite sick of the place, truly. I shall either sell it, or burn it to the ground and build a new mansion in its place. Now that we've finished with the niceties, tell me this. How did all those thrice-damned demons end up at my soiree?
Must have been some party to miss the fact that Canabras is being attacked by hordes of demons and Discari himself.
Oh come, the party was deathly dull, rather like one of the prelate's interminable sermons. I really ought to be grateful to the demons for their intrusion. They certainly added a frisson to the proceedings. It seems as though Discari's occasion was altogether more of a crush than mine, if you will pardon the pun.
What should I know about you, Count? Apart from the fact that you're highborn and very rich.
As a child, I had my very own pony, but I always dreamed of having a lamb. I was never allowed one. Sheep were seen as peasant animals, utterly unsuitable for the scion of a noble line. The trauma haunts me to this day. I think of it every time I have roast lamb for dinner.
I'm sorry that happened to you. Such a sad story.
I had not even the slightest intention of upsetting such a lovely child.
I'm not lovely. Some people have even called me a scarecrow before.
That's patently absurd. Why, you can't possibly be a scarecrow with a crow following you around. I'm sorry if I failed to sate your curiosity. I loathe talking about myself to people I don't know, even more to those I do know. The only thing worth knowing, aside from the fact that I am highborn and filthy rich, is that I dislike Puritans and demons in equal measure. Well, perhaps demons a tad more.
Maybe just enough for him to send me flowers, but not past that. Like him sprucing up the Citadel. You don't seem very concerned about the city's fate.
I have no friends here whose untimely demise I would care to mourn. The only alarming thing is how easily all this happened. I don't care for the thought that demons could come calling at my door at any moment. And just think, everyone had so much faith in the ward stones gifted by Iomede's herald, and in the might of our tamed dragon, as if there had been no Dresden or a dozen other routes where the demons overcame every defense.
I expect a little gratitude for saving you. I mean, I don't, but I want more voice acting.
Of course, where are my manners? There. You can also poke about the house and claim whatever takes your fancy. Though I imagine some of you already had that in mind.
Yeah, he swings both ways.
I'm feeling very attacked right now.
You can go to the Defender's Heart. It's under the protection of Airbreath Tierbade and the Eagle Watch.
I thank you for the invitation, but I am not quite as desperate as I may seem. At times, it is better to be surrounded by the repugnant mugs of demons than the sour and dour physiognomies of Iomede's righteous paladins.
And that shows up. A physiognomy shows up again earlier in the game. That's twice. It might show up later too.
What about my physiognomy? Sour enough for his lordship? Don't worry, another few minutes with the dazzling count here, and it'll sour like week-old milk.
What's this? An attractive paladin with a sense of humor? You're a veritable walking scandal. Either way, my mansion is now safe. I have a pair of half-decent guards. I just need to drag them out of the storeroom and bring them to their senses. I ordered them to drink a love potion, you see? For reasons which seemed extremely witty at the time and in the state of inebriation I then found myself in. They can guard the house while the valorous paladins beat back the demon assault. They will beat them back, yes?
I'm gonna romance Arushla in my Azata run. It just makes the most sense for an Azata, especially someone who worships Desna. I'm leaning full into the Desna and Azata theme.
As regards myself, I feel like stretching my legs. I know rudimentary divine spells, I am no friend to demons, and I elevate any society that I deign to grace with my presence. I shall accompany you, only for a short time, of course. I have no desire to remain at the vanguard for a protracted period. What say you, my ephemeral but highly diverting acquaintance? After all, Lord Descari spoiled my party. I now burn with the desire to spoil his.
Calm it down, Darren. You're only like level 3. A little too early to be thinking about taking on demon lords. Thoughts?
I don't like this guy much at all. Not even because of his personality, but just... I sense something dark about him.
The only time her detect evil works the entire playthrough.
I guess thumping him one next time he comes out with more aristocratic witterings is not allowed? All the more reason to take him with us. If we don't kill him, the demons surely will.
He has all these friends at his party, and he still looks so lonely. We can take him with us. Maybe it will make him feel better?
Don't ask me. Having him tag along would be like going for a nighttime stroll through the back alleys with a diamond tiara on your head. Even I don't like that kind of attention.
What? You're asking about whether to take this boy with you? The question lies outside the bounds of my interest. By the way, did you know that the young scions of noble families often sponsor the research of young scientists? What laudable passion for knowledge. True, the size of their donations bears a direct correlation to the hazardousness of the experiment being conducted.
He doesn't look like a whiner, and he can hold his own, so he won't be dead weight.
Ew.
Capital. Good acquaintances that begin and end at just the right moment often leave the most pleasant memories. Wouldn't you say?
Don't I bring him instead of Ember? That's what I'd swap out for. I think we keep Ember for now because of Slumber. Though Darren's healing at this stage of the game is pretty useful, just for the longevity it brings. Stay out and about for longer periods of time.
I'll go ahead.
Just don't blame me.
Alright, I think we'll call the stream here, and next time we will knock out as many of the side areas as we can before we have to defend the Defender's Heart. And then we'll finish, exploring those areas after the fact. I think we're closest to the Mimic fight, so we'll probably do that next. And we should be ready for it, but we'll see. Either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Stay safe, stay classy. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. This is Yeah, this is the right playthrough, right? Yeah. Says Skald. Playing both playthroughs, when you save, they swap spots, so throws me off every now and then. Alright, take care everybody. Around the same time tomorrow, yeah. And again, a reminder, I should be able to stream all this week, so I plan on doing it every day unless something comes up. Alright, take care everybody. Oh, very one, right? Oh my goodness, I can't type. Everyone, there we go.